Pasta salad season is in full effect. I've been seeing so many awesome creations all over the internet that go way beyond just dumping a bottle of Italian dressing on some noodles. I'm showing you 3 of my favorite recipes inspired by these viral creations, and they all include the crucial components to a bowl of perfect bites. Starting, of course, with your pasta, then you've got a richness factor, a crunch component, and of course, a delicious dressing. I'm starting with the most viral Italian pasta salad. I'm actually combining it with another viral salad, the grinder pasta salad. Of course, we gotta start with the pasta. Any pasta works, but in all these pasta salads, I love to choose ones that have grooves because it absorbs all of the saucy dressing. Since this pasta salad is most like the classic pasta salad you're used to seeing, I'm going with the fusilli noodles just to kind of keep it classic because we have so many other things going on in this salad. When it comes to cooking the pasta, this is a very important step. There are a couple rules. First of all, salt that water like the ocean, a good handful. And then you add your pasta in. You want to keep this pot at a rolling boil. This is one of the few foods that you actually cook in rolling, boiling water. As soon as you put your pasta in, you want to give it a good stir. That keeps it from sticking. In case we just met, I don't put oil in my pasta water. This stirring keeps it from sticking. And the other crucial thing to remember is that you don't want to overcook your pasta. I'm wearing this shirt so you remember, this is how you want to cook your pasta, al dente, where it still has a bite to it. Because when it soaks in all that dressing, it's inevitably going to soak up some of that and change the texture, soften the texture of the pasta a little bit more. While this happens, let's get our other ingredients ready. When it comes to our mix-ins, the pasta salads need a couple components. I call them a richness factor and a crunch factor. Richness can come from the meats and cheeses, and then the crunchiness from the vegetables and other ingredients. Okay, so for our richness factor, the viral Italian pasta salad always has salami or maybe pepperoni, but I'm also adding some ham, which the grinder pasta salad usually has. These are great choices for pasta salad, especially the salami and pepperoni, because they're already cured meats, so they can just withstand being set out for a while, and they just kind of last longer in general. So I like to go by the deli, and you can just get a simple slice about 1/4 to a 1/2 inch thick, and then you can cut it how you want. I like little bites of it. Sometimes if it's sliced too thin, they all stick together. Also, adding the elements of richness to your pasta salad makes it more filling and can make this turn into a whole meal. You know, it doesn't just have to be a side dish. This is the kind of pasta salad that we pack up in the cooler and take to the beach because it just lasts forever. I like the turkey pepperoni because it's a little less greasy, so that's what I use. I just kind of cut these in quarters or sixths. Okay, check on my pasta. A little too much bite. A couple more minutes. The other part of the richness in this salad is, of course, the cheese. The cheese just adds that creamy, salty note that just kind of ties it all together. So again, you can get the deli just to slice you one little hunk. Sometimes this is more affordable than buying a block, or if you can't find the cheese you want in a block. So I'm using provolone here because I love the sharpness of it. So I'm just gonna cut this in little cubes. Okay, now I'm gonna drain my pasta. This is one of the very few times I like to rinse it, just to cool it off, just to kind of shock it a little bit. It doesn't need to be completely cold. I don't overdo it, but just enough to keep it separated and to stop the cooking. I don't want it to get too cold because I actually like the pasta to be more room temperature. It just kind of absorbs those flavors a little better. So this is good. We're just gonna let this hang out while we finish. My favorite element to a pasta salad is the crunch factor. In the viral Italian salad, they have cucumber. I'm using the English cucumber because it has less seeds, and then I still even like to take these out just to keep it all crunchy. Another thing, when you're cutting all of your ingredients for your pasta salad, you want everything to be bite-sized so that you can get a little bit of everything in your bites. These fresh veggies just keep this pasta salad so, you know, kind of light and refreshing. This is also kind of a staple in my house during the school year because I just put it in their lunches. It's a great alternative to a sandwich. And it's just good just to keep in the fridge because when, you know, my kids go in there digging for a snack and a beautiful bowl of pasta salad is sitting there, sometimes they'll reach for that instead, which I think is a better choice than the Doritos. Next, some red onion. I love raw crunchy onion in general on my burgers, on my tacos, in my pasta salad. Again, you want to keep these kind of small. Nobody wants a big chunk of onion. Sometimes you just add ingredients for color. I'm adding this bell pepper. This is gonna add a sweet crunch to it. To me, the crunchier, the better. This is my addition to the TikTok version. This is also a good time to just clean out your produce drawer. Almost forgot the tomatoes. That's because I don't typically put them in my pasta salad because my kids don't like them, but they're not here today. You can use these little baby grape tomatoes. You could also just use one tomato and kind of cube it up. The final components that don't need any prep are some olives and sliced peppers. You could throw these straight in. I just like to cut them a little bit just so they blend in better for that perfect bite. And Kalamata. All of our chopping is done, and the final step is the dressing. This is the real part where I combine those two viral salads into one. The viral Italian pasta salad uses this. I'm not gonna use this because A, I would have to go out and buy it, and this dressing I'm gonna make, you probably have all the components in your fridge, and also because it has some ingredients that are just unnecessary. It tastes good, but we can do better. So I'm going in with Dijon, a few tablespoons of the red wine vinegar. I'm also going in with a little juice from the peppers. That's our acid. Our fat is, of course, going to be our olive oil. And you want a little more oil than you do acid. Garlic powder. Oregano is classic in that grinder flavor. And a little crushed red pepper, a little salt, a little pep. See, you have everything. You didn't have to go to the store and spend, $4 on that. So for the Olive Garden salad dressing effect, you could stir in some Parmesan cheese or Romano cheese. It's delicious. Oh, I did forget something. Just like a pinch of sugar. By a pinch, like a half a teaspoon. Yes, that's what you want. Now it's time to mix it and bring in that secret ingredient. Down with our pasta, the cheese, the crunchies. The only part of this salad that I haven't done before because I wanted you to experience it with me is the secret ingredient. This is what is in the viral Italian pasta salad. Never used this before. Salad Supreme seasoning. It's everywhere. You can find it anywhere. I'm just gonna trust the process. I have to taste it. That is tasty. And then the dressing over the whole thing and toss. That's a big bowl of pasta salad. Do you see how that sauce is all in each little ridge? That's what I'm talking about. This is also the pasta salad that's gonna last the longest. You can make this at the beginning of a week and eat off of it the whole week. Look at that. She's a beaut. The salad is just so pretty. You don't even need any garnishes because it's so colorful. It's got all the crunchy, the rich, the pasta, the sauce, trapped up in those little noodles. Look at that. Home run. A literal flavor explosion. I'm telling you, it's worth it to take like big bites so that you get like everything. You know what I mean? I've got 2 more to make. I need to slow down. The star of this next pasta salad, and don't you dare knock it before you trust me or try it. Pickles. We're making the viral dill pickle pasta salad. I'm gonna use these little mini bow ties. I think that will be so cute with this. Those little pockets are gonna absorb all that dressing. You know the drill. Get some bacon cooking while your pasta's cooking. You want to cook this till it's nice and crispy. This is the first part of our richness element to our pasta salad. Second richness component is cheddar cheese. My favorite snack of my childhood is a saltine cracker with a piece of cheddar cheese and a slice of dill pickle. So this is just a natural combination. And you want to take that cheddar cheese and cut it into small little cubes. For this one, I want it to be really well drained because I don't want my dressing to get watery at all. So I'm just gonna let it hang out here while we make everything else. This one's really fast. The pickle, the star ingredient, is the crunch factor in this pasta salad. I'm gonna go with the fresh refrigerator pickle. If they have a lot of seeds, I'm just gonna cut like I did the other cucumber, just to keep it crunchy. And for the final component, of course, the dressing. What we're making here is like a really super simple, fresh ranch. But I don't think you could substitute bottled ranch for this. I think you should make it the way I'm making it. All you need is a little mayonnaise and a little sour cream. All right, to that I'm just going in with a little bit of onion powder and then some of our pickle juice to kind of thin it out. And then dill, a little salt and pepper. That gets your taste buds going. It's a good idea to just kind of save just a little bit of each ingredient for the topping at the end. That's gonna be our garnish, but it's also just an ingredient. You don't have to buy anything extra. That bacon. This has so much a better flavor than that old school macaroni salad that's like full of sugar. This is like all full of salty, crunchy bites. This is one that you're gonna wanna let refrigerate for at least an hour or two before serving. It's just gonna really marry those flavors and just kind of come together a little better. Like I said before, you wanna save or have a little extra of everything you put in there to put on top, and then really try to show off the green of the pickle. A little more bacon. Final touch, a little more fresh dill. A crack of pepper, looks nice. That is gorgeous. Look at that. It only has a few ingredients, but it looks way more involved than that. These little bow ties are so easy just to scoop up into the perfect bite. It's a winner. People are coming up with all kind of crazy recipes with pickles, but this is one that actually makes sense. And for my final salad, we're taking it to the streets. I'm making street corn pasta salad, which is also viral all over TikTok, and giving it a summer vibe by adding in some fresh tomatoes. This is really a time where you want to use the fresh stuff, okay? There is a way you can make this using frozen corn, but if you can get your hands on this, this is the way to go. If you don't know what street corn is, or elote, it's grilled corn that has a nice char to it. So you get that smoky flavor, and then it's slathered with this creamy sauce, a little bit of cotija cheese, and it just has so much flavor. A little lime, a little chili powder. But what makes it so special is that we first have to char this corn. If you have a grill pan or a cast iron pan, you wanna get it screaming hot. If you don't have either, and you want it to move really fast, you can just use the grates of your gas burner. I'm just gonna do it all. You don't have to do anything to your corn. I think some people like to oil it before they put it on. I just like to put it straight onto the grates. I don't wanna cook it too much because I still love that juicy, fresh crunch. So you just wanna put it on and then kind of give it a little turn every now and then. Once it starts getting warmed up, then it happens faster. So just kind of keep your eye on it. What's happening here is the sugar that's naturally in the corn, because corn is a sweeter vegetable. Once it's getting heated, it turns brown. That's caramelization. Caramelization equals flavor. This is about what you want. You don't need every single kernel to be black, but just a good 50-50 is about what I'm looking for. You can also see as it cooks, it gets that deep yellow color. It really sets in. That's also important versus just shaving it off raw. While our corn finishes, we're gonna get the pasta going. Here's what I chose for those summer vibes. Shells, get it? Like the beach. When your corn's done, you just wanna let it cool until it's cool enough to handle. We are al dente, and now we drain. Just enough to stop the cooking. Now we build our pasta summer vibes with our seashells. And then our corn is cool enough to handle, and this is when we're just gonna take it off the cob. I like when some of the pieces stick together, because then you just get like a juicier bite. Hear that crunch? I'm just gonna go ahead and add my corn straight to the bowl. I'm gonna save out some of these charred pieces for my garnish. Okay, so this is the only pasta salad we're doing today that has no meat in it. So this one is great as a side dish, or it could just be a meatless main dish. Our crunch factor is, of course, the sweet corn, also some jalapeno. I love the little pungency it gives. If you don't want the spice, and I'll try to keep this one mild, you just don't use all the seeds. So I just kind of trim off the sides, but most of your heat lies in this center part, so we'll just take that out. So for more crunch and freshness, some green onion, the white and the green part. I'm gonna save some out for the garnish on top. Add that to the mix. And then essential in my street corn is cilantro. For my summer twist, I'm adding in some juicy tomatoes, just because they're really sweet this time of year. It's also just gonna add great color. That right there is what fresh looks like. And then for our richness is the cheese. Cotija cheese is common in street corn. If you can't find it, you could just use Parmesan, grated Parmesan. It's really crumbly, so I find it's easy just to crumble it with your fingers. You could also grate it, but I kind of like just these slightly bigger pieces. And then the final component is, of course, the dressing. When I make street corn, I slather it in a mayonnaise and sour cream mixture. This may not be the true, authentic way to make street corn, but it's okay. I do equal parts. Okay, and then I love to add lime here. Just when you think you can't get any more juice out. Little Cholula. And one more thing, chili powder. This is usually sprinkled on top of street corn. Forgot to season it with a little salt. All right, you know the drill. Look at that, it's like summer confetti. How'd we do? This might be the best one. The level of crunchy satisfaction in this is at an all-time high. I think because the pasta's small and every little thing is like the right size, you get everything in the bite. So it's just the best experience ever, eating it. And that lime juice, This is one that you can eat right away. You can also save it, of course. All right, and just like the other, you want to garnish with a little bit of everything. I'll do a couple tomatoes for the bright. A little of the cheese, and then just a little sprinkle of the chili powder, just like they do on the corn. And then finally, the star of the show, some of our little charred corn pieces. This is absolutely beautiful, is it not? I just love all these pasta salads. Y'all, these are amazing. Of all of those viral pasta salads that are out there, these are the 3 you need to be making right now. If you've got those 4 components, the pasta, the richness factor, the crunch element, and the dressing, you're good to go. So you can even take those creations and make them your own, like I did. I almost blew it.
She's a little tired.
She's a little delirious.